Good morning, everybody. Bear along with me for a second. Trying to get some stuff situated. They done got me started early in the morning. So I had to take away from what I'm doing to break this sugar honey iced tea down. Shout out to everybody. Hello. Want to say hello to everybody. Facebook, Twitter, wherever I'm streaming at. I don't even know where I'm streaming at. I just hit the go button. I done seen enough. I done heard enough. Okay, that was yesterday. So it's not streaming today? Like, what's going on? Hold on. Why is it offline? Right. Like, what's really going on? Okay. Whatever that means. Hold on, I'm coming. That was good. Okay. What's up, everybody? Like I say, if you want to support this channel, you can you get the Cash App at $official DanaJay. If you really just want to do a donation, not a big one or a small one or whatever one you want to do, or if you just want to tip for the day, and you can look at the top of the chat. You can look at the top of the chat box. It's pinned there. It's called the tipping jar. But that's all you got to do is hit that link, and then we can get into it. Once you hit that link, you just follow every prompt. The tipping jar is to PayPal. So hey, we about to get into some stuff real quick, all right? And what we about to get into is we gonna talk facts. I see common sense ain't so common. Now, let's go, Kells. And we're going to talk common sense. We're going to talk this Kells. And we're going to get it in. All right? So, I ain't going to hold you no more. Let's do this. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Shooter, you shot me in the heart, and I've been dying since we've been apart. Oh, shooter, I don't think I'm gonna make it. See ya. just as good as dead. I'm good as dead. Whoa, bullseye. Girl, you shot me down to my knees, yeah. Since you took your love from me, and I'm holding on to the hopes that you will return. Although I feel I've lost you forever, I will believe that you still love me. Girl, say you do, say you do, say you do, say you do. Say you still love me, shooter, shooter, yeah. You shot me in the heart, oh yeah. And I've been dying since we've been apart. Oh, shooter, shooter, I don't think I'm gonna make it. No, and I'm just as good as dead. Ooh, ooh, ooh. See, I neglected the fact that your love was precious, and I should have took more better care of me. And now every minute you're gone, girl, I sit here just dying alone. And I wish that I could have dodged that bullet of you leaving me. Shooter, shooter, you shot me in the heart. And I've been dying since we've been apart, yeah. Oh, shooter, no, no. Oh, I don't think that I'm gonna make it. No, no, no. And I'm just as good as yeah. Oh, shooter, you shot me in the heart. And I've been dying since we've been apart. Yeah. Shooter, 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 shooter. See, I just don't think that I'm gonna make it without you, babe. Yeah. I gotta go. I don't wanna go, but I got to go. So you're popping in, they can come and watch us in. We gotta leave us alone. Say you love it, what you gonna do now? Hope you're ready, 'cause I'm really about to put it down. Never disrespect you. Tomorrow, but tonight I wanna spend it you. That ass down, counting it out there. But I'm so I'ma beat it up. Hate for me, but no. I'ma say stop when the beat say go. There you go again, that voice is me. What you mean, girlfriend? You've been waiting patiently, wondering when and where I be. The cousin ruckus in the industry, making this so she can't sleep.
What up, everybody? What up? 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 I've had it. I've had it. I've had it. I've had it. Now, I was just going to sit back and watch it play out. Because, you know, if you let everybody tell it, I'm the reason why everybody can't get along. I'm the reason why this and why that, and there's a bunch of bullshit. Excuse my French. I know TT watching, but I gotta say it the way I gotta say it. I find it funny. And I'm trying to be nice. But I find it funny that Rob wants new counsel. And I've been telling y'all a while about this playbook. I find it funny that Rob wants new counsel. Rob wants Greenberg gone. On the day of trial in the morning, all of a sudden now you want to try to discredit Nicole. And we're going to read something. So I'm listening to different people. I've been getting calls for like an hour now. I haven't said nothing. I'm listening to different people. And now all of a sudden, Nicole's supposed to be on bribery on a bribery with Azriel. And Rob's supposed to be extorting somebody and trying to do this and obstruction of justice and this and this. I got a question. Because common sense ain't so common. I want y'all to think. This ain't going to be one of your lives where you just jump over. I ain't doing none of that. I want y'all to put y'all thinking caps on for a second. I-4. Peep it. And I'm gonna bring y'all the connection. Because see, here's where my friends that think differently, that think he's guilty, this is where we disagree. Because I break this shit down. They saying, oh, I knew it, this and this and this, but now I'm gonna break it down to you. Don Russell inserted himself. The federal government couldn't have a RICO on one man. So they used Don to fulfill the RICO. Richard R. A.R. Rich, we all know, is connected to Don, along with another blogger who I won't name. But where did that come in? Where did that come in with? Where did that come in with Robert? God got Kells, I guess. Where did that come in with Robert? Because Robert don't know Richard R. Let's make it facts. Robert is not close to Don the way Don is trying to make it seem. Because in order for Robert to get charged with the RICO, Don got to make it seem awfully believable. And he's using these damn YouTube people to push that narrative. So let's break it down. Look at everybody that was in that indictment. You hear people say, Lily was I-1. You heard people say that another brother who I won't name is I-2. We know that I-5 is Dr. Rice. Right? We also know that I-4, we're going to put a question mark there. Here's why I say put a question mark there. Because if you read that Richard R. Line indictment, which I'm gonna read later on today, it clearly states that, because I don't want to misscrew nobody's words. And I'm gonna show y'all some stuff. Hey, thanks for tipping. Who that was? Thank you for the tip. I don't want to misscrew nobody's words, right? So it says that I4 and other Kelly associates he was dealing with were worried she got some expletive shit, I'm gonna put it out there, that could be damaging to his case. So I find it funny that Nicole can't be controlled, Tom can't be controlled, so Greenberg lashes out an assault on Thomas in court, right? And when Robert affirmed that he didn't want Greenberg there, now all of a sudden, the day of court, Nicole is I4. So they say. But if you look into I4, it says the attorney was representing Rob in several cases. Nicole ain't represent Rob in several cases. She was there. The attorney that represented Rob in several cases was Brian Nick. So, Brian Nick, what's the connection? Brian Nick is Don Russell's, what's the word I'm looking for? Civil attorney. Brian Nick also facilitated a couple meetings between Lisa Cassandra and Dr. Rogers and Shabazz. Brian Nick also is the reason why Heather Williams was able to secure the bag against R. Kelly because he never showed up to represent Robert after he was supposed to represent Robert. So now all of a sudden Richard Arline comes out and say, I4 is Nicole. Okay. How is I4 Nicole? Now wait. And I want y'all to think this through. How is I4 Nicole when it said he represented R. Kelly in several cases? Not unless Nicole got a dick. And I'm sorry to put it like that. Not unless she a hermaphrodite. But then I see something else from a different lens. If Don was sent in by the feds, right, to perform this network to prove the RICO Act, and y'all heard Joe say that Don is definitely testifying. Y'all heard him say it. If you think I'm joking, go look at the live between me and Joe for the live interview. It was pre-recorded, and listen to what he's saying. I find it funny that it's leaked to the press. Who could have leaked that to the press, Greenberg? But if you knew that all along, why didn't you state that before? Why would you wait now to create chaos? See, you got to be careful of the people who you let around you. And once again, it goes back to the question. A lot of lawyers just leave quietly. But who sent you? That's what I should have titled this. Who sent you? And I'm going to do what a lot of other bloggers do. I'm going to insinuate some sugar honey iced tea. Because I know TT watch it. So, some sugar honey iced tea. Because I don't want to hear, the DJ, he did. I don't like getting into it. She going to beat me up. I don't want no problems, TT. So, I'm just going to break it down to a whole intellectual level. Why would you do that the day of a Curcio hearing? For y'all that's on the slow bus that don't know, to create chaos, to make it look even more muddier and cloudier than it is, Number one goal, to ensure Robert don't have a defense. Think about it. They brought out the defense fund. Don had people destroy that. You had Doug, who was breaking things down and fighting for Robert. Don had people go to Greenberg. And Doug said, you know what? I'll take the backseat, Greenberg. You got it. But what's Greenberg's purpose? Because you've seen Joe come out and say that Greenberg purposely sabotaged Peterson. So let's ask this question. Was Greenberg's goal solely to ensure that Rob don't have a defense? Because you know they say ignorance is not an excuse for court, in court. So with that saying, even if you don't read, even if you don't know how to read, even if you have an ailment like dyslexia for that brother Rob got, you're going to go to court with no defense. That's not properly adequate. And no one man can handle this case. So when everybody sit back and doing all this, oh, Rob this, Don, you the muscle, think back to what I'm saying. You are help signifying or signaling to the feds that Robert set all this up, which I kindly and highly find it impossible. I believe when it comes to certain shit, because Rob is the type of person where, you know, if you want to use his phone, he'll let you use his phone. He don't care. Because he feel as though if you're around him, you ain't going to do nothing crazy. So all the pieces of the puzzle is coming together. The question is this. Everybody had a role, right? What role do Don runs? What role do Greenberg have? What role do Richard Arline have? What role do Michael Williams have? Now, as much as I hate to say this, why Cash disappear until certain people start talking about jail? I'm sitting back watching this. And a lot of people said, oh, Dana is the reason this and this, so I burnt Team Kells down and walked away. I haven't heard nobody from Team Kells address this. I wonder why. Y'all have all the tools y'all need over there. Y'all got the mistress of information. Y'all got the sergeant at arms. Y'all got the man with the 900 men that's planted on every channel. Y'all got the lady who's so delicate into the courts. But can't nobody see this shit? Can't nobody see what's really going on? So while y'all focus on me, I'm focused on Rob. So it don't matter what nobody say about me. I don't know y'all. That's my friend. Let's put it like that. So at the end of the day, all of y'all that ran a Greenberg, y'all silent wishes that God heard y'all saying, it's coming to fruition. So make it make sense. And I'm going to call you out, Larry. I'm going to call you out, Sidbo. And they my brothers. But I'm going to call that rational thinking out. And we can break down the paperwork. Matter of fact, I'm going to call you out, Lady of Lazure. or Lady Fleur, I'm going to call you out. Because now I want to know what y'all see that I don't see. But I'm going to do you one better. Because I know how the folks over there at Team Kells don't like to read. But see over here, I believe in all that smoke. I believe in all that smoke. I believe in all of that smoke. Hold on. Let's make this smaller. I believe in all of that smoke. Let's go. Come on. There you go. Potential conflicts for R. Kelly's new attorney include connections to alleged victim who participated in FBI robbery sting. Let's go. One of the attorneys, singer R. Kelly has selected to represent him at his upcoming racketeering trial in New York is potentially conflicted because of her connections to an alleged victim in the case who was part of an FBI robbery sting last year. The Tribune has learned. Okay. The issue involving attorney Nicole Blank-Becker is likely to be a focal point of an unusual hearing Thursday in Brooklyn, where U.S. District Judge Ann Donnelly is expected to notify Kelly of any conflicts of interest Becker may have so the singer can make an informed decision about his legal representation, two sources told the Tribune. Part of Becker's potential conflict involves an investigation into Richard Arline Jr., a self-described cousin of Kelly's, who was charged last year with attempting to pay up to $500,000 to an alleged victim in the racketeering case to keep her from testifying. Let's stop right there. Part of Becker's potential conflict involves an investigation into Richard Arline Jr., a self-described cousin of Kelly. A self-described cousin. Well, let's backtrack, and I hate to bring this blog up because me and him haven't had no words in a while. But if you look at, or if you've been following this from the beginning, y'all know that Richard Arline, aka AR Rich, called Kevin Terrell and said, yo, Don got some work for you to do. Now, you never heard of nobody else being a cousin until now, other than Levi. So now, here's the narratives. If you fake like you his cousin, you're connected to the RICO. Think about this. If Richard Arline was really Robert's cousin, right? They didn't even have to criminally indict him. As soon as they came and got him, he immediately took a plea deal. Is that something that a cousin would do? Make it make sense. I'm just trying to break it down to a factor of which y'all really need to know. Nicole was so careful that she don't even talk on the phone badly about anybody. So let's finish. It says, described cousin of Kelly's who was charged last year with attempting to pay up to $500,000 to an alleged victim in a racketeering case to keep her from testifying. While the charges do not name the victim, details provided in court records show it was Azriel Clary, Kelly's former girlfriend, who was referred to as Jane Doe number 5 in the indictment against the singer. Becca previously worked with Clary when Clary was still a vocal supporter of Kelly's. In fact, after Kelly's arrest in July 2019, Becca showed up for a bond hearing at the Dickinson U.S. courthouse with Clary and Kelly's other girlfriend at the time, Joycelyn Savage. Becca has also provided statements to the media on Clary's and Savage's behalf. I did not know that was a crime. Why is it a crime for her to do that if she's in support of Robert Kelly? Hey, Mama Mary, I see you. I'm going to call you today, Mama Mary. We got to talk. That could be an issue since Clary is expected to testify at the upcoming trial. Becca's dealings with Savage, who remains a Kelly supporter, could also be problematic as Savage were called as a defense witness. Okay, let's stop there. Why nobody talking about Greenberg and the NDA statements that he had on Azriel Clary in his office in support of Robert Kelly? I'll tell you why. Because Greenberg, and I'm going to go here, the more it look and the more Greenberg feel like he's the star. Knock on the door. The lawyers work for the person that's detained. They don't work for you. So if Nicole was in support of Joycelyn and Azriel and provided statements on their behalf to the media, that's a problem. But Greenberg talking to them and getting paperwork on them and keeping it at the office is not a problem. Wait a minute. So if Nicole is a conflict, Greenberg is definitely a conflict. Nicole wasn't caught having lunch and talking and kikiing and la-lying with Gloria Allred. But Greenberg was. So I find this kind of funny that this is going on now. Let's finish. The issues could prompt the judge to boot Becca from the case. Though that would seem unlikely as long as Kelly is willing to waive the potential conflicts, another remedy for the judge would be to bar Becca from participating in Clary's cross-examination or any direct questioning of Savage should the defense call her. Clary lived with Kelly in his condo in Chicago's Trump Tower before his arrest, but decided to cooperate with authorities in early 2020, records show. Months later, she notified the FBI that Arline first reached out to her about a possible payoff, court records show. Now, wait a minute, somebody's lying. Because when we read the Richard Arline indictment, the federal government clearly say they reached out to Azriel and probed her to call them. So now Larry, Lady of Fleur, Sidbo, are y'all going to all tell me that now the federal government gets a pass for lying too? I just want to know. Because if this is how we going to go, then we need to go. At the direction of the FBI, she recorded numerous phone calls with him about who was behind the offer and how much it would be. Time out. Conflict of interest. At the direction of the FBI, she recorded numerous phone calls with him about who was behind the offer and how much it would be. Now, wait a minute. At the direction. So, wait a minute. So now the FBI is getting people to break the law? That's federal wiretapping. That's a U.S. federal code. You can't do that. Y'all think I'm joking. Hold on. Here it is right here. The Federal Wiretap Act found at 18 U.S.C. Section 2520 protects individual privacy and communications with other people by imposing civil and criminal liability for internationally intercepting communication using a device, unless the interception falls within one of the exceptions in the statute. I'm lost. You got a whole 1, 2, the one I just read 3, then right here 4, 5, 6. You got 6 statutes about wiretapping. That's totally against it. So now you're telling me the feds are probing people to break the law? Somebody lying somewhere. Somebody lying somewhere. My TT said, where's her alleged audio file? I don't know what you're talking about, speak over Kells. God got Kells, I don't know what you're talking about. So I'm lost. So then it says, at the direction of the FBI, she recorded numerous phone calls with him about who was behind the offer and how much it would be. Among those Arline was talking to during the investigation was a person identified in court records only as individual 4 and described as an attorney who represented Kelly on various matters. Sources said individual 4 was Becker. Now watch this. She didn't represent Kelly on various matters. The only other lawyer that even hangs with that circle is Brian Nick. Was Brian Nick. Not unless Lily done lost about 100 pounds, turned into a lawyer, and she was on that call as individual 4, which I doubt. But whoever the sources are, why wait till now to say that it was Nicole? Make it make sense. In one recorded conversation, Arline told Clary that individual 4 and other Kelly associates he was dealing with were worried she got some shit that could be damaging to his case. That's what expletive mean. Damage to his case. I don't know what the sugar honey iced tea you might got. Some videos, some iPads, or whatever you might got. They just want that to disappear. That don't sound like nothing that Nicole would even say. And Nicole a straight shooter. Nicole like to hit things head on. I totally agree. Or if Doug would still lead, he definitely wouldn't be there. So they said, you know what I'm saying. Arline told Clary in the call court record show. The indictment filed against Arline last August stated that he called a number listed on individual 4's website 3 times between March 2020 and May 2020. Stop. Stop. Individual 4's website. I find it funny that Brian Nick had a website until Rob got picked up. Make that make sense. Brian Nick had a website until Rob got picked up, then it disappeared. And if you looked at the bottom of that website, I wish I would have saved it. It said built by Indie Build. Who's Indie Build, everybody? Don Russell. So people would be saying, oh, Dana just trying to put Don Russell there. No. I'm looking at the details that everybody overlooks. So while y'all looking for the big stuff, I'm looking for the small fine print. That's all. So, Arline pleaded guilty to bribery in February and is awaiting sentencing. Records show. No money ever changed hands, and no one other than Arline was criminally charged as part of the scheme. So that means Dr. Rice ain't get charged? I mean, nobody else in there got charged except for Arline. I find that funny. Because if the feds are going to probe somebody, everybody's going to get charged. Not unless Richard Arline was part of the package deal for the feds. So if he was part of the package deal, it's going to make him seem that he's the guilty one. Even though he gets a slap on the wrist. Think about it. Why was he able to travel wherever he needed to go with no problem? Things that make you go, Gaga Kells said, I think Don Russell was for my Uncle Kells, but got caught up in the fame. I totally disagree. I totally disagree. And that's coming from reasons other than what's been put out on YouTube. Everything ain't for YouTube, so everything I won't say. So, asked in court to say in his own words what he did, Arline said that he and another person had offered money to the victim. Uh-oh. So that other person was Rice. Okay. If she did not go forward with her complaint or testimony against Robert Kelly or give electronic devices in the investigation of Kelly according to a transcript of the plea hearing. Stop. This is giving you clues right here. Right here. This whole thing, if this don't open your eyes, nothing will. No, I'm sorry. Let's go here. Let's start this whole section right here. Arline said that he and another person had offered money to the victim. Right? And we know that Rice was on that call. If she did not go forward with her complaint or testimony against Robert Kelly or give electronic devices in the investigation of Kelly, according to a transcript of the plea hearing. So stop. Time out. Wait. Richard Arline is in one sector, right? Azriel is in the middle. Robert is the sacrificial lamb. But who knows all these people? And why would Azriel's car get blown up? And why would these people try to bribe Azriel? But who knows the person that blew up the car and the person that bribed? And you got to look at it. There's only one person that's connected to Richard Arline and Michael Williams. Y'all know who that is. Becca did not respond to emails and calls seeking comment. Check it. Key point. If she was that talkative type of a person, Why didn't she respond to emails and calls? Because she knew it was bullcrap. Y'all ain't getting her on there. So therefore, how can she be individual 4 if she didn't respond to emails and calls? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. If she's not responding to emails and calls, how the hell y'all get her on the phone? And she not responding. I said it from the jump. Nobody listened. To me, this seemed like a network to make sure Robert don't have adequate defense. And it seemed like Greenberg ain't really into the shit. So therefore, a stall tactic for the fans. So that way the fans won't get on his ass. But in the meanwhile, he don't give a fuck about the fans, nor do he give a fuck about Robert. Now, until somebody can prove me different, I'm going to scream that shit. Hey, V. White. Donnelly scheduled the hearing over Becker's potential conflicts after Kelly's 2 Chicago-based attorneys abruptly withdrew from the case 2 months before the blockbuster trial was set to begin in Brooklyn. I beg to differ. Nicole been around for 2 years. Because Nicole wants to cross-examine the key women, Greenberg got mad. And that come from Greenberg's mouth, not mine. Hey, what's up, J-Rock? Hey, G-Kid. Hey, love yourself. So, when you get these people like Lady LaFleur, who believes that he's guilty, that lives in Chicago, like 85% of Chicago believes he's guilty, I will be the only crazy motherfucker from Baltimore that lives in Atlanta that will go in Chicago territory again and scream free R. Kelly and say he's innocent and won't give a damn. I said it once and I said it again. If Chicago as a whole really loved Robert the way Robert loved Chicago, they wouldn't have been able to grab him. But because them folks bit into the apple that Robert is this bad person, which he's not, they helped set Robert up. That's why I say, and when I say set up, I mean, plain and simple, planting narratives. Let me clear that up. Planting narratives that wasn't true. That's all it took. In Dabrowski words, was a motherfucking lifetime check. That's all it took. Kendra G was a little bit of promotion and knocking on the door of the studio. That's all it took. Dawn Russell was to get on TV and say R. Kelly needs help. He was sexually assaulted as a kid, so he doing everybody else scared like that. Robert Kelly is not Freddy Krueger. And until y'all weak-minded motherfuckers see this shit, then y'all will know. Y'all got me on one today. So Donnelly, okay, I read that. At a hearing held by telephone last week, Kelly told the judge he wished to terminate attorney Stephen Greenberg and Michael Lennon. Instead, the singer said he's opted to go with Becker, who is based in Michigan, and another member of the legal team, Thomas Farinella of New York. This is what pissed everybody off. You can't get another Maserati, and you can't have lavish lifestyles. The other Golden Goose is really shutting down shit. But now he's the problem. Make it make sense. Now watch this. First, the attack was one of the lawyers have seizures and can't perform under pressure. And now on the day of trial, and Greenberg put it under seal. or had it put under seal. Now, Nicole Blank Becker was on a phone call. I'm going to let y'all think about that. Hey, Granny, I want y'all to think about that. And I'm not saying that this is not a possibility, but I'm going to give y'all another possibility too. Since everybody's speaking it, I'm going to speak my side. I respect what Larry and them is saying, and they respect what I'm saying. Okay, Gaga Kells. I respect what Larry and them saying, and I know they respect what I'm saying. But what I don't respect is when people that say, "Oh, Rob getting screwed over," but then I look up and I see the same female saying, "R. Kelly guilty." Make it make sense. It's either you form or you not. You can't be bipolar. This is not the type of case that you need to be bipolar about, because I'm going to tell you why. You can be bipolar about Robert, but what about when they grab your son and do the same sugar honey iced tea to your son? Then you're going to be wanting to help. And the only thing you got to do is refer back to when you was bipolar. So what if everybody get bipolar on you when it's your turn? Make it make sense. So the lawyers will be present in Donnelly's courtroom for the hearing right now. What's going on right now? If it's not over with already. The judge had wanted Kelly brought to New York so he could attend in person as well. But U.S. Marshals couldn't get him there in time, so instead he'll participate via a video link. That's also a lie. It's not that they couldn't get him there in time. Wasn't nobody trying to pay $1 million to get him to New York. And if they would have took him to New York, he would have stayed in New York in the same jail that Ghislaine Maxwell is in. The singer has been held in the federal jail in downtown Chicago since his arrest. So I got a question. Gaga Kells Avenatti referred to Robert as the Golden Goose. So I'm talking in third person. However, the singer has been held in the federal jail in downtown Chicago since his arrest. I got one question. I thought you were innocent until proven guilty, not guilty until proven innocent. Why do that only refer to people of color? Filings detailing the potential conflicts have been kept under seal. Why? If it's nothing to hide, why is it being kept under seal? Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Hold on for a second. I'm looking up something. Exact matches. Criminal. Search. Bang. Docket. Run report. I see. That's still under seal. Hold on, because I'm going to give it to y'all today. And also, all this will be in my Patreon. So, it all will be in my Patreon. So what just happened was Ann Donnelly just agreed on an order on agreed motion for early return of subpoenas. By agreement, the parties' request for the entry of an order allowing early return of subpoenas is hereby granted by Ann Donnelly. So I'm just giving y'all a little update of what just happened. I have that already. Let's get out of that. Okay. All right. So I'm doing 3 things at one time. All right. All right. Then it says Greenberg and Leonard have previously said they had concerns about the backgrounds of both Fernella and Becca, neither of whom has ever tried a federal criminal case. So why can't nobody have concerns about Greenberg's background? Rania Jacobs, I don't know who I1 is, but I'm quite sure if Lily was here, she can defend herself. Filings detailing the potential conflicts have been kept under seal. Kelly, 54, is set to go to trial August the 9th in Brooklyn on racketeering charges alleging he ran a criminal enterprise that recruited women and underage girls for illegal sexual contact, then isolated and threatened them to keep them under control. Jury questionnaires are set to go out to a pool of hundreds of potential jurors next month. Kelly is also set for trial. Wait. Hold the hell up. Let's backtrack that. Kelly, 54, is set to go to trial August 9th in Brooklyn on racketeering charges alleging he ran a criminal enterprise that recruited women and underage girls for illegal sexual contact, then isolated and threatened them to keep them under control. Jury questionnaires are set to go out to a pool of hundreds of potential jurors next month. I got a question. So R. Kelly only went to Brooklyn, New York, just to participate in criminal enterprises for recruiting underage girls for illegal sexual contact and amongst other racketeering charges? Is that what you're going to tell me, a man that traveled the world, that's in the studio giving hits after hits after hits? Something's not making sense. Hold the hell up. As I look at this chat too, something else is not making sense to me. And it's very distracting. Hold on. Okay, I had to read some things real quick. So you mean to tell me that is that why I mean, it's not making sense. But also now, if I was Tom and Nicole, I'll call jurisdiction on this. Because how can you call him for charges in New York and Brooklyn when he was barely in New York? And when he was in New York, it wasn't during the time that things were going on. You know what? Let me hurry up and finish this. Look, Dream Team, we gotta have a mandatory mod meeting right after this. It also say Kelly is also set for trial in September in Chicago's federal court. He is charged here with numerous sex abuse related counts, including allegations he conspired with 2 former employees to rig his 2008 child pornography trial in Cook County by paying off witnesses and victims to change their stories. Let's stop there for a second. So now we're going to go back to 2008. Now we're going to go back to 2008. It's not making sense. Because if they can go back to 2008, which he was acquitted of, why won't they go back to 2001 for Charlemagne? And now they saying, oh, it's double jeopardy if you go back to Charlemagne, but it's not double jeopardy if you go back to R. Kelly. Make it make sense. Then it says other indictments alleging sexual abuse by Kelly brought in Cook County in February 2019 have yet to be scheduled for trial. Make this make sense. Joe Meisner, the Chicago Tribune. This is a good read. Jason Meisner, I'm sorry. This is a good read because Jason ain't being biased as most of the people are. So I'm just telling y'all, keep y'all heads above float. Pray for Robert, because the setup is real. The setup is truly real. And I'm going to reserve my overall thoughts until we find out what actually happened today. And then from that point, I'm going to let this mother out. All right? So with that being said, y'all be blessed. I thank y'all for hitting the tipping jar. And the ones that did, I appreciate y'all a lot. But, Dream Team mods, be prepared for the link in like 5 minutes. And we got to have a mandatory mod meeting. Some stuff I'm saying that we gotta tighten up on. Alright? Y'all be blessed. DanaJay out. Wait